Hi, it's Mrs. Neal, and this video goes along with Unit 2, Lesson 3, Mastery Assignment 2. It involves a reading of a passage from the novel Night by Elie Wiesel. As you all know by now, Night is about the Holocaust and the experience of a young boy, Elie, and his father as they try to survive in several concentration camps during World War II. The passage that I'm going to read to you contains a flashback. It will be your job to identify the flashback and to decide what sort of tone the flashback sets for the story. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to read a passage from Night. You are going to follow along with me on the printed text as I read. The printed text is available in your materials under assignments. You can have your teacher print it out, or they can put it up on the board for you. As I read, listen for a flashback in the passage. Then I want you to tell me, does the flashback add tension, mystery, or surprise to this passage? How do you feel when you understand what the flashback is talking about? And finally, does the flashback give you an idea of Ellie's fears? If so, how? In the excerpt that I am reading, Elie, who is the young boy, is talking to a rabbi. A rabbi is a Jewish religious leader, which is a lot like a Christian minister. In this part of the book, Rabbi Elihu is looking for his son, who has disappeared from the camp. Rabbi Elihu is asking Elie for help. The book goes on to say, for 3 years they had stuck together, always near each other, for suffering, for blows, for the ration of bread, for prayer. 3 years, from camp to camp, from selection to selection, and now, when the end seemed near, fate had separated them. Finding himself near me, Rabbi Elihu whispered, "It happened on the road." We lost sight of one another during the journey. I had stayed a little to the rear of the column. I hadn't any strength left for running, and my son didn't notice. That's all I know. Where has he disappeared? Where can I find him? Perhaps you've seen him somewhere? Elie says, "No, Rabbi Elihu, I have not seen him." He left then as he had come, like a wind-swept shadow. He had already passed through the door when suddenly I remembered seeing his son running by my side. I had forgotten that, and I didn't tell Rabbi Elihu. Then I remembered something else. His son had seen him losing ground, limping, staggering back to the rear of the column. He had seen him, and he had continued to run on in front, letting the distance between them grow greater. A terrible thought loomed up in my mind. He had wanted to get rid of his father. He had felt that his father was growing weak. He had believed that the end was near and had sought this separation in order to get rid of the burden, to free himself from an encumbrance which could lessen his own chances of survival. I had done well to forget that, and I was glad that Rabbi Elihu should continue to look for his beloved son. Repeat the reading of the passage if necessary to help find the flashback in the story. And then try to understand what sort of mood this puts on the story. Is it a mystery? Is it tension? Is it horror? Ask yourself, can I feel how Elie felt when he realized this? Once you're done with this exercise, I think you'll have a better understanding of how flashbacks can add elements of surprise, suspense, horror, or mystery to a story.